I went to a screening of this film where everyone in attendance was offered a tub of sweets to enjoy while the film plays, and if you ask me, that amounts to bribery, and am I willing to stoop to the level of a bribe? Hell yeah, I am! Ice Age Collision Course is without a doubt one of the most original, creative and laugh out loud animations of all time. I thoroughly enjoyed it from start to finish, and when the credits rolled, I had to wipe a tear from my eye, it was that emotional. Five well-deserved popcorns. Thanks very much for watching my review of Ice Age Collision Course. If you liked this review and you're thinking of going to see it, please don't forget. Are they gone? Right. Let's deal with this shit for real. Ice Age Collision Course is a movie about a group of characters that have to face their own impending doom after another character sets off a disastrous series of events and they are left to deal with the consequences. They might as well have called this Brexit the movie.
Turn the music up in the headphones. Tim, you can go on.
It's also the fifth in the franchise, which took me by surprise. I knew there were at least two, because I seen those and then gave up, I guess. But 5? I suppose it means we can now add Ice Age to the ever-growing list of franchises that just refuse to die. It means there's an abundance of side characters that have been amassed over the course of 5 movies, and I didn't know who like any of them were. The first 20 minutes of this for me was like going to a family reunion after you've lived away for a decade, and like your cousins and your older siblings or whatever have all had kids, and you're just looking around like, who are all of you? Unfortunately, just about every single one of these characters are deeply irritating, and I didn't care about any of them. Apart from maybe this guy though, he was cool. One character in particular threw me off, which was Sid's grandmother, because remember, I've only seen the first 2 movies and this janky looking thing shows up on screen well before Sid does, and I'm just looking at it like, Sid's been on heroin? I know I've not seen the 3rd or the 4th movies, but I'm pretty sure none of them were called Ice Age The Junkie Years. In terms of, well, practically everything, this film is just all over the place. The story's about as thin and as uneventful as you can possibly imagine, and they stretch this bare bones plot into an hour and 40 minutes, so it continually moves from one disjointed set piece to another. And I'm not going to get into details of why, but I'm pretty sure the entire script for the whole of the middle third of this movie was just ADHD and yeah bitch, magnets! That was a totes dope Breaking Bad reference, yo. The jokes though, ugh. The humour of this film is mental and not in a good way. I mean, it is so unbelievably scattershot. It was like it was written by multiple teams, all of which thought they were aiming for a different audience. You got the basic slapstick comedy obviously, and for the most part it's quite well done, but then you got some pretty adult content. Like, Sid jokes about what it's like to date a cougar, and it comes out of nowhere and it doesn't even make sense. And then you get jokes that aren't even jokes, they're just things said in a funny accent. One character introduces himself and then says, "And I've still got all my teeth." Oh, it was a joke. One of the few redeeming features though is Scrap. Even after 4 movies, he's still trying to catch that acorn, and I hate to admit it, but I was actually laughing quite a bit at his antics. As you'll have seen in the trailers, it's now escalated to the point where he's in space, but as I don't really watch trailers anymore, I was completely unaware of this, and it happens so fast. It goes from 0 to 100 so quickly, and it's so frantic, and you're just like, what the fuck? Started off on Earth and now we're in the middle of some kind of Scientology recruitment video. The segments with Scrap were easily the best and the funniest bits of the movie, so maybe in the future, instead of trying to draw out a dying franchise, maybe they should focus more on, like, you know, comedy shorts based solely on Scrat's adventures. Something that this movie does though, which I absolutely hate, and all animated movies seem to do it, is that it ends on a big song and dance number. Why? Why do so many animated movies feel the need to cast a pop star just so that at the end they can have it sing some kind of stupidly auto-tuned song where the other characters dance around and make you want to kill yourself? I thought the film had ended, it'd been wrapped up nicely, and then all of a sudden the kick drums start fading in and you're just like, ah! Guys, overall, Ice Age Collision Course is a really bad movie. It doesn't seem to have any kind of particular audience in mind with his writing, and the plot is so run-of-the-mill and predictable, it's actually frustrating. For the most part, the characters are extremely annoying, and I honestly didn't care whether or not they failed in their mission. I'm going to give it 2 popcorns. And I'm also going to suggest that if you do want to see an animated movie this week, to go see The Secret Life of Pets instead. It's only marginally better, but at least they don't have to give you a tub of sweets to go and see it. Thanks very much for watching my review of Ice Age Collision Course. If you liked this review and you're thinking of going to see it, please don't forget to share this review with a friend. And subscribe if you want to check out some of my other videos. Thanks very much for watching, and I will see you next time.